Hi everyone, I've just finished doing a report basically looking at the impacts of the food system on the environment in Victoria and also how this turns into risks and potentially threats to food security. So there's lots of information in the report, which obviously I'm not going to go through in 3 minutes, but these are some of my favourite statistics that I managed to find in the course of doing this work. So the ones in red are actual Victorian statistics, and the others are either from Europe or places which have done a bit more research about their food systems. Some of the ones that are really interesting are this, particularly the 30% greenhouse gas emissions related to the food system, somewhere from production, processing, packaging, distribution, etc. So obviously that means when we've got emissions trading, that's going to have a really big impact on food prices, which are already going up due to the oil constraints and water and everything else. The other ones that are interesting in here is about 17% of the burden of disease in Victoria is related to obesity, diabetes and nutrition deficiencies, so there's food and diet related illnesses. One of my other favourite stats is that one about the 25% of emissions from packaging, from raw materials production in Europe is due to packaging. That's not all food packaging, but that's a large proportion of it. Okay, that's all. So basically, yeah, that's very environmental and resource intensive, and that presents a threat. The good news is that the second part of the report, or the third part of the report, is all about what's going on, what are the options, what are the innovations that can help us to deal with the massive change that we have ahead of us. And so I've just kind of summarised that there's lots of things there, and I've had a bit of a look at technologies and social innovations and consumer behaviour changes, dietary choices. So that's good. I've got a couple of copies of the report, or the summary of the report, outside on the table, and some copies of the media release and things like that, but you can also download it from our website. I think there's a link on Sustainable Melbourne, but also ecoinnovation.com. How am I going? Good. Yeah, the other thing that I wanted to say, so the report is at the moment being circulated for discussion and trying to raise the level of the debate. Also, we're looking at doing some further research and collaboration. In the report, we identified where there's some real information gaps in Victoria, and also innovation opportunities. So we're trying to pull together a group of people at the moment to say, look, how would we move forward with this? So anyone who's interested, put a note on your feedback form. The other thing is we're also exploring how we can take this report, this large amount of information, and put it online, not just as a downloadable report, but something that's dynamic and can be updated. So as people find other information that's relevant, they actually update the report, so it becomes a live resource for people to use as we're trying to move through the big challenges ahead. So yeah, if you're interested in being involved in any of that, put your name and tick the box on your feedback form, and cool, thank you. How's that?